Today I'm putting my channel name and Chicago citizenship to the test as I try to name all of our CTA stations. This is a new quiz over on Huge Quiz where you have to name all of the L stations, and the L is of course our metro system, our subway. There are 144 of these stations, but I have full faith that I can actually name all these. I've lived in Chicago for my entire life of almost 24 years, and I don't have a car in the city. I get around just on the train, so hopefully that helps me out today. We will have to see though. Let's go full screen, and if you're excited to see my attempt at this quiz, make sure to leave a like down below, and do subscribe as well. I post all kinds of quiz content like this, Geographer stuff, geography facts. With all that said, let's begin. I'm going to start here with the brown line. That's my home line. I'm on here all of the time. So we're going to start from the end at Kimball, and let's get going. So, Kimball. After that, you've got Kedzie. Then, I believe Francisco. I don't usually ride from Kimball. I'm usually riding towards Kimball. So I'm glad I remembered the order there. Next is Rockwell. And then after this, it's pretty easy for me. You got Western, and then Damon. Then you hit the curve, and then you go down to Montrose. Now, the interesting thing you might have noticed, or maybe not already, is that we've already got 19 stations. We've only typed in a few names, but the thing about Chicago is almost every single stop is named after a street, and because Chicago's on a grid system, a lot of the streets carry over throughout the entire city. So you've got stops on the blue, the green line, the pink line that also share names with the brown line. So that's why we already have 19, and that's why this quiz might also be a little bit easier. But anyway, we press on, and here is my home stop, Irving Park. Shout out to Irving. After that, you got Addison. And then you have Paulina. It is pronounced Paulina, not Paulina. Common mistake. And then you've got Southport. And then you get to the big one, Belmont. That's a famous station. Big transfer station for the red line, purple line. And then you go down to Diversey. Oh, I skipped Wellington. Oh, man. That's not good. Wellington is an interesting stop. So with that, you have 3 stops all within half a mile of each other on the brown line. Just shows how compact Chicago is. After that, you go down to Fullerton on the DePaul campus. And then you have Armitage. Alright, and then... See, it's always weird, the clustering of stations. Like, you have the Belmont, Wellington, Diversey, then you have Armitage, and then there's nothing all this way until you get to Sedgwick, which I always found weird. I guess you have the red line here at North and Clybourne, which we'll get to later. But yeah, it's just interesting, the spacing of brown line stops. But Sedgwick is next. And then, again, you have just a big gap all the way down to Chicago and Franklin. And again, you just saw, like, the red line stop go, the blue line. All these have the same names. Here's a unique one, and one of the only stops that isn't named after a street, Merchandise Mart. That is right here. Merchandise Mart is this giant building. It had its own zip code back in the day. That's how huge it is. So yeah, that's one of the few stops not named for a street. Anyway, after that you get to Washington and Wells. We're in the loop now. Okay, see, it's really just giving me like everything at once. Then the next brown line is Quincy. Then you have LaSalle and Van Buren. Yep, and then Harold Washington Library. Okay, took Harold Washington, nice. Then you come up to Adams and Wabash. And then Clark and Lake and Staten Lake. There you go, that's the whole brown line done. And the entire loop, even though there are like 5 lines along here. It's all just the same stations, same tracks. What do we do next? You know, I think we gotta do the yellow line. The yellow line is one of the few lines that actually runs mostly not in Chicago. These 2 stops over here are in the city of Skokie. Actually, a fun trivia question. Comment down below, what are the cities that aren't Chicago served by the L? Let me know. But you have Dempster, Skokie, and Oakton, Skokie. And then you come over to Howard, which is the transfer stop for the red line, purple line, yellow line. And yeah, this is the north edge of the city right here. And then this is all like Evanston and Skokie's over here. So yeah, speaking of Evanston, I'm gonna save the purple line for last. The purple line goes all the way up to Wilmette. This is the line I'm definitely the worst at. I am almost never out here. So we'll see if I can name those. I'm gonna save that for later. Let's do the red line. So the red line ends at Howard. So let's see if I can get all these. I think the one right before Howard is Morse? No, that's the second one. What's this first one? Jarvis. Yeah, Jarvis first. Okay. Then you come down to the Loyola campus, which again, that's another one. Named for the school, not a street. After Loyola, there's Granville. And then Thorndale. Berwyn. Oh, I skipped something. Oh, I skipped Bryn Mawr. Oh, no. See, I'm always prone to skipping stops. It's just whatever pops into your head first, honestly. Alright, where was I? I lost my place. Where am I? That's Argyle. That's Argyle. After that, Lawrence and Wilson. And then kind of big gap all the way down to Sheridan. And then the brown line and red line have the same stops for a bit. So we did those. Then you come down to North and Clybourne. Next one, I guess that's Grandin State. And what have we already done there? I'm not sure. Well, I know we have Monroe and Jackson that we needed to do. Yeah, okay. And then after that, you go down to Harrison, and then Roosevelt. Then you got Cermak Chinatown. And then the red line ends up in the middle of the Dan Ryan Expressway, which is a big post-World War II development moment. The next one is 35th Sox IIT. And again, that works with the green line too. And then you have 47th. These are all numbered streets on the south side. Garfield's the exception though, which is really 55th. And then you got 63rd. And I believe 69th is the next stop. Yeah, 69th is here. Then you go down to 79th. 87th. And the end of the red line is 95th. And there we go. They're actually extending the red line all the way to the south edge of the city, like down here, which is kind of cool. I really wish they would build a circle line, though. We need a circle line. Anyway, let's do the green line. I used to ride the green line a lot more when I was a Chicago student. Pretty close to the campus, the end here. But that's Cottage Grove and 63rd. Cottage Grove. Then you got King. And we got to do the other side as well. So the terminus here is Ashland, so this should be Halstead. There we go. After that, you head up to 51st. I know there's Indiana, and then 43rd, I think. Yeah, 43rd Indiana. I think we did all the green line, yeah, everything up to the loop. Now we gotta do the west green line branch. So first you have Clinton, then Morgan, and then... Oh, wow, why can't I remember what that is? Isn't that just Ashland? Okay, I would have sworn I already typed Ashland, I guess not. Green line heading west, I rarely am over here, so I'm actually not sure. What is this? Well, what street is that? If you just think of the street, you can figure it out. It's gotta be California. Yeah, okay. And then you have the Garfield Park stop, another one of the few that isn't named for a street. It's a conservatory, actually. What? Oh, just conservatory, wow. Fair enough. And then after that, you have Central Park, I think. Or Central, it takes Central Street first, but Central Park is another stop somewhere else. It's so hard to think of what streets are when you have the blank map. What is this? Oh, that's Pulaski, isn't it? There we go, that's the answer. Okay, Pulaski, then you get Cicero. Laramie. Then you go a mile west to Austin, I think. Yep. Austin, then it should be Oak Park. Oh, I skipped something. Oak Park. And speaking of Oak Park, we're actually in the city of Oak Park now. So another one of the suburbs served by the train. And I think this station has a different name, because the streets kind of change names when you leave Chicago. So this is something else. It's like Ridgeway? No. Ridgeland. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. So, wow. Actually zooming out, you can see with the duplicate station names, we've really done almost everything already. Let's finish the blue line, I guess. So the blue line goes all the way to Forest Park. I guess it just takes Forest. And then... Oh, what is that other one there? Harlem? Oh yeah, it's just Harlem. Okay. Then we go all the way over here to a couple more unique station names. There's the Illinois Medical District. You can see all the pink and red on the map for the hospitals. Then you have this one. That's the UIC stop, right? What is it called? UIC Halstead? No. Racine? Oh, it's Racine. Okay. And the rest of the blue line, there ain't much left. Let's go over to the end. We got O'Hare Airport. This is one of the great things about Chicago. You can just hop on the blue line for $5 and take a train right downtown. Super easy. Way cheaper, and honestly sometimes faster than an Uber or just driving. But after that, you got Rosemont, and then Cumberland. And again, you can see this is some post-war, in the middle of the highway type of line, but it's convenient, it works. Then you go down to Jefferson Park, and that's another one named for the neighborhood, not a street. And then you go all the way down here to, again, another kind of like half neighborhood, half street, because there is a Logan Boulevard right here, but Logan Square is the neighborhood too. Then this one. What's a unique blue line stop name? Is it just Division? Yeah, okay. Alright, we are really almost done. Just the Evanston purple line part, and then pink and orange line. Midway Airport, kind of the same with the orange line. You can just hop on the orange line after your flight. So there's the Midway stop, and that's the orange line. Okay, now we gotta finish the pink line. What do we have left? So again, what street is this? If this is Cicero, that's gonna be Costner then. There we go. Then these two stops, oh yeah, that's the 18th Street stop. 18th, and then I think it's Polk on the hospital campus here. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it. We have just the purple line left. Evanston and Wilmette. So I know a few of these off the top of my head. Linden is the end in Wilmette. And then the Evanston stops. I know there's a Davis. And I believe there is a Central? No. Main. Yeah, Evanston's Main Street. And then you've got... these two downtown and the south one. Wait, is it actually just called South? It is! I was like, that sounds familiar when I said that. There we go. Alright, and the 2 here in Evanston. Dempster is a big street. Is that a stop? No. Really? I would have sworn Dempster was a stop. I guess not. What else? What else? I think Foster is one. Yes, Foster's one. Okay. The last stop. What is this? This is the only thing standing in my way. What the hell is this? I gotta go to Evanston more. It's something different. It's another unique street that only Evanston would have. Oh, is it, Noise? Yes, there it is. We got it. We got them all. And that is a great feeling. Let's go, man. My Chicago citizenship stands. Well, there you have it, guys. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And again, leave a comment down below. What is your favorite CTA line, stop, maybe just some memories you have from it. Thanks so much for watching, as always, everybody, and I will see you next time.